Over 1 billion people recite these exact words at least 17 times every single day. But extreme familiarity carries a hidden cost. When words become a daily routine, they often blur into a simple introduction, obscuring the immense precision of the text itself. The Prophet Muhammad described this chapter with 2 specific titles. He called it al-Kitab, the mother of the book, and al-Mathani. The word al-Mathani translates to the paired ones. It refers to an intricate symmetry built into the verses, an intentional pairing of deep concepts, rather than simple rote repetition. These 7 lines operate as a conceptual matrix. They form a balanced equation that gives the reciter the exact lens required to comprehend the rest of the Qur'an. Decoding the opening of the Qur'an requires looking past the surface translation and examining its hidden linguistic and mathematical architecture. The text is not a monologue. According to a hadith qudsi, a divine narration, these 7 verses form a literal 2-way dialogue, split perfectly down the middle between creator and creation. In the first half, the believer declares objective facts regarding God's majesty and mercy. In response to every single declaration, God answers the believer. Then we reach the exact structural middle of the chapter. You alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help. At this hinge, the Arabic grammar breaks its pattern, shifting from the third person to the second person, speaking directly to God. This linguistic pivot strips away the distance of a lecture. The reciter is no longer listing facts. They are making an intimate declaration of profound personal dependence. The structural design actively pulls the believer out of passive observation and forces them into an active, vulnerable relationship with the divine. That symmetry continues by pairing contrasting emotional states. The text balances absolute love and compassion, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, with the absolute justice and strict accountability of the Day of Judgment. The final verses reveal 3 paths at the intersection of knowledge and action. First, the favored merge correct knowledge with righteous action. Second, possessing knowledge but failing to act earns divine anger. Third, acting with immense zeal but lacking correct knowledge leaves them astray. True spiritual success requires a perfect pairing of wings. A believer must balance hope with fear and match intellectual knowledge with physical action. This balanced symmetry turns these 7 verses into a highly effective ethical operating system for navigating modern life. By centering worship exclusively on the divine, the text challenges the modern drive for public validation and material proof. It recalibrates the heart to prioritize internal sincerity over social likes, offering an anchor against the despair of chasing shifting human standards. Academic analyses of the surah show how its thematic content categorizes all human spiritual conditions into a single comprehensive system. Out of everything a human being could possibly ask of the Creator, the text trains the believer to request one thing above all else: guidance to the straight path. Reciting this specific request multiple times a day acts as a constant psychological recalibration. It serves as a daily shield against ideological confusion. Surah Al Fatihah functions as a living, perfectly balanced architecture designed to actively rescue the human heart from extremes every single time it is recited.